Y'all, I'm about to say something real uncomfortable. I'm going to say the real uncomfortable shit out loud. And this is not directed towards one demographic at all. But the mindset of being on welfare or public assistance and it being a generational thing, that shit gotta stop. After what happened yesterday, the support is not going to be there anymore. They're cutting all types of funding. I know people, we all know someone who has had baby and baby and baby after baby to stay on public assistance. People are not going to have that option anymore. It's time to wake up, it's time to get up, and it's time to do something better for yourselves. Like, this shit is about to be so real. Section 8 being passed down from one family member to the other, they cutting all that shit out. That's going to be no more. I literally know people who have passed their Section 8 down from grandmother to mother to daughter. And I'm not judging anybody, because I, as a young single mother in my 20s, I was on all the assistance. I took full advantage of all the assistance. So I'm coming from a place of I was there. But again, the government's not going to take care of these kids anymore. They're not going to take care of you. And mentally, we have to start changing the way we do things.
President Trump has endorsed a House budget plan that would make sweeping cuts to Medicaid. Under the proposed budget bill, roughly $880 billion would be cut from Medicaid, and $230 billion would be cut from the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program known as food stamps. The president's endorsement on social media came just hours after he said he would not touch funding for programs like Medicaid, which provides health insurance for Americans with limited income. Dr. Celine Gounder joins us now. She's a CBS News medical contributor and editor at large for public health at KFF Health News. So, doctor, what more can you tell us about who Medicaid serves?
So Medicaid covers people who are low income, so low income households. It also covers pregnant women, children, and people with disabilities. And about 1 in 5 Americans are covered by Medicaid. So it really does account for a huge proportion of health insurance coverage. And to go even further, almost half of kids are on Medicaid. About 40% of all pregnancies are covered by Medicaid. So it's a really important program for women and children.
So Trump's budget is in, and people are talking about it. And of course, it benefits the wealthy and does nothing for the average American. And while you're struggling to pay groceries, guess what Trump's doing? That's right. He's out spending millions of dollars playing golf. So let's break it down. Did you know that in 2017, President Trump lowered the corporate tax from 35% to a whopping 21%? Once again, saving billions for the corporation and nothing for us average Americans. And guess what? Now he wants to extend those cuts permanently. While the rich keep their tax breaks, this budget cuts up to $2 trillion. That's with a T, my friends. $2 trillion from programs like Medicaid, food assistance, which is SNAP, and education, which means fewer healthcare options for us, less food support, and higher education costs for millions of Americans. And did you also know that this will add $4.5 trillion, again T, to the deficit, which of course could lead to higher mortgage rates, higher rates on our loans to buy cars, our credit cards, which, you're not American unless you got at least 10 credit cards to live on, right? And the prices on all of our essentials, they just keep rising. Look at the price of eggs. I believe right now it went from $6.55 to over $8 for 12 eggs, people. Come on. Do you know since he's been in office, which has only been since January 20th, he's already spent 9 days golfing. But do you have any idea how much that costs the taxpayers? Only $10.7 million. So $10.7 million so he can go out and have his little leisure fun while we can't even afford to pay for eggs. Yeah, make America great again, that's for sure. So who really benefits from this budget? Wealthy individuals and the corporations, they get to keep their tax cuts, while middle and lower income Americans get cuts on their Medicare, their food assistance, and their education. We all face higher costs while Trump spends millions playing golf. So what do you think about Trump's promises before he got into office? Remember what he said he would do on day one? Do you think that he's all about that now? Do you think that this budget reflects what he promised before he got into office? Or is he just doing what he has always done, which is support the very wealthy people that he surrounds himself with? So what do you think? Let's talk about it, people, because this is our country and this is something that we need to pay attention to.